relativity. Okay, so let's start first with the special theory of relativity. Okay, so according to the special theory of relativity ni Albert Einstein, the time and space and their rates are intertwined, no, depending on the motion of the observer. So, ang sinasabi dito ni Albert Einstein, there is a relationship between time and space. Alright? That time is relative to the observer. No? Kaya, relativity. Pero to special to kasi it talks about time and space. Alright? So, para mas maliwanagan po tayo about the general theory of relativity, ito po yung gagawin ko. So, I will use the twin paradox para mas maintindihan po natin yung relationship between time and space. So, ano ba tong twin paradox? So, I'll tell you a story mga ka-Sky Watchers and mga ka-Spacers. So, this is a story about identical twins. Yan, so there are, imagine mga ka-Sky Watchers, there are twin brothers, no, identical twins ito. Okay, magkamukha, talagang identical. Pero yung isang twin, yung isang brother is an astronaut and the other is a college professor. So there are twin brothers, imaginein po natin, one is an astronaut and the other is a college professor. Okay po, so tuloy po natin yung kwento. So yung astronaut brother has a mission. Ang mission niya is to test his warp drive engine. Na parang yung warp drive ng Star Trek. Diba? If you are familiar with Star Trek, no, the USS Enterprise is powered by a warp engine. Now, when matter and antimatter combines, it releases a tremendous amount of energy that is enough to propel the ship to warp speed, meaning speed of light. Pero itong warp drive engine, hindi siya nagta-travel sa speed of light, but the warp engine of this astronaut, yung spaceship niya, can travel close to the speed of light. Not exceed the speed of light, but the ship can travel close to the speed of light. Alright, then let's imagine that this is the year 2013. So ayan po, nakikita niyo po yung picture natin. Nagpapaalam na yung brother astronaut sa kanyang kapatid na professor. So the astronaut bade farewell to his twin brother. Then imagining niyo mga ka-Sky Watchers, sumakay siya sa kanyang warp ship. Yan, yung kanyang spaceship na may warp engine, and traveled to the vastness of space at speeds close to the speed of light. Ayan, so imagining nyo, nakasakay ngayon siya sa kanyang spaceship traveling close to the speed of light. Not exceeding the speed of light, but traveling close to the speed of light. So, inside the spaceship, traveling close to the speed of light, time, take note mga ka-Sky Watchers, time runs at a normal rate. Alright? But time outside runs very fast. Alright mga ka-Sky Watchers, so can you see now the difference in the rate of time inside the ship and outside the ship? Kung nasaan yung brother na professor. So inside the warp ship, time runs at a normal rate, normal lang. Pero sa labas, sa Earth, time runs very fast. Alright, and according to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for a moving object relative to a stationary observer, yung professor na nasa Earth, nang naiwanan. Okay? Pero yung time dun sa loob ng ship mabagal. Pero dun yung time sa labas sa Earth mabilis. Okay, this is known as time dilation. Okay, therefore the traveling twins clock ticks slower and they age less, no, than the twin who remained on Earth. yung nasa warp ship, mabagal siyang tumanda. Pero yung kapatid niya sa Earth, ang bilis niyang tumanda kasi mabilis po yung time. So, yun po. So, the traveling twins clock ticks slower and they age less than the twin who remained on Earth. So, remember mga ka-Skywatchers, so 1 year po siyang nawala. So, the year was 2013. Ayan, no? So, can you imagine yung warp ship traveling close to the speed of light? So, the time inside the ship runs slower, pero yung time sa Earth medyo mabilis. So, after 1 year in space, so 2014 na po, bumalik ulit yung kapatid na astronaut. No? Upon return to the Earth, the astronaut is only 1 year older, but his twin brother is several years older. Yan, kalbo na nga po mga ka-Skywatchers. So, nung isang taon lang may buhok pa yung kanyang kapatid na college professor, pero pagdating niya dito sa Earth after 1 year o yung kanyang utol na college professor mukhang matanda na, kalbo na, wala nang buhok. Pero yung astronaut isang taon lang ang tinanda. Ayan po mga ka-Skywatchers. So yan po yung tinatawag natin na time dilation, and that's the main focus of Einstein's special theory of relativity. Ayan, so everybody kindly take a look at this. So we have here the speed of the ship traveling close to the speed of light and traveling at a normal speed. Pag normal yung speed, pareho yung rate ng clock. But if the ship is traveling close to the speed of light, you will notice that yung clock sa rocket medyo mabagal, no? Yung clock sa rocket is slower than the clock back here on Earth. Ayan, no? So tingnan niyo itong speed ng ship traveling close to the speed of light. Yung clock ng rocket medyo mabagal, pero yung clock sa Earth mabilis. Okay, so this is what you call time dilation mga ka-Skywatchers, and that's how we summarize the special theory of relativity, no, about time dilation. Ayan, so siguro marami pa tayong pwedeng mapag-usapan about time dilation, especially pagdating sa time travel. But anyway, that's another story. Kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin yung origin, how the universe was formed. Okay, so that's the special theory of relativity, and ito po yung tinatawag natin na the twin paradox. Alright, what about the general theory of relativity? Okay, according to the general theory of relativity, gravity is caused by the curvature of space-time. Ang general theory of relativity focus more on gravity. Okay, now we know gravity according to Newton is a force, 'di ba? Force siya. So whatever comes up comes down kasi hinihila pa baba, no? Gravity according to Newton is a force. All right po, and that force will depend on the mass of the object. Kaya nga 'di ba meron tayong formula na F equals F times A, 'di ba? Okay, so anyway, that's another story mga ka-Skywatchers. Now, according to Albert Einstein, gravity is not a force. No, but gravity is caused by the curvature of space-time, according to Einstein. Alright mga ka-Skywatchers, no, the curvature of space-time in turn is determined by the mass of an object, no, by the distribution of mass and the energy in the universe. So, according to the general theory of relativity, space-time tells matter how to move, and matter tells space-time how to curve. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Space-time tells matter how to move, and matter tells space-time how to curve. Okay, so imagine we have here a grid. Ito po yung parang mga linya-linya. Here is the grid, and this grid will represent the space-time continuum. Now, at the middle is the Earth. Diba? Ang Earth meron niyang mass. Now, the Earth has mass, has weight. So, the Earth having mass will create a dimple in the space-time continuum. yung dimple ang ibig kong sabihin dito yung parang palubog or depression. Yan, a dimple in the space-time continuum. And di ba the moon revolves around the earth. So if you will notice that the moon actually follows the curvature of the dimple or yung curvature ng space-time. So matter tells space-time how to curve. And space-time tells matter how to move. Yun po yung sinasabi natin dito. Space-time tells matter how to move and matter tells space-time how to curve. So ito po yung mundo natin. So having mass and weight, the Earth creates a dimple na parang depression sa space-time. Yung space-time yung parang grid po. And yung depression na yan, yung curvature of the space-time is followed by the moon. So yung ikot ng moon sa Earth is the result of the moon following the curvature of the dimple, yung space-time dimple, yung curvature ng space-time na create po ng Earth. Alright, so kung let's imagine mga ka-Skywatchers, if we have a larger planet like Jupiter, so let's say Jupiter ito, Jupiter being more massive, syempre mas malalim po yung dimple na i-create niyan. Diba po, mas malalim. Okay, so imagine if that planet is Mercury, Mercury is not that massive compared with the Earth. So yung dimple niya hindi ganun kalalim. So it will all depend on the mass of the object. No? So that's why I mentioned here that matter tells space-time how to curve. So yung curvature ng space-time will depend on the mass. No? For example, kung sun yan, no? If that's the sun, edi the sun is very massive, so mas malalim yung dimple. Kaya 'di ba lahat ng mga planeta hanggang Neptune nakokontrol ng sun because yung mga planeta they simply follow the curvature of space-time created by the sun. So it will depend on the mass. So kaya linagay ko po dito, matter tells space-time how to curve and the space-time tells matter how to move. So depende po yan kung gaano kalalim yung dimple na yan. Mas malalim yung dimple, ayan, di mas maraming object ang pwedeng umikot dyan. Alright mga ka-Skywatchers, so gano'n, no? Einstein proposed that the mass of the Earth creates a dimple on the space-time continuum, the space-time surface. In other words, the mass changes the geometry of space-time. So ayan po, no, depende yan sa kung Jupiter to, edi mas malalim yung dimple na yan. Okay? Or compared to let's say Mercury. O diba, less massive yung Mercury, so hindi gaanong malalim yung dimple na yan sa space-time. So the mass changes the geometry of space-time. Ayan po, no? The geometry of space-time tells matter how to move. As in this case, look at the moon. The moon moves around the Earth simply following the curvature of the space-time created by the Earth. Yun po yung idea ng gravity ni Einstein. No, unlike kay Newton kasi 'di ba gravity is a force. And if we will follow the Newtonian idea, there are two forces involved here, 'di ba? Pag Newton yung ating pag-uusapan. So kasi yung moon revolves around the Earth, there are two forces involved. We have the centripetal force, yun yung attraction ng gravity ng Earth sa buwan. And we have centrifugal force, that is the tendency of an object to move away from the center of rotation. Diba? Yun ang centrifugal force. So yung dalawang forces na yan, balance para yung buwan makaikot sa Earth. Yan po, diba? Yun yung Newtonian idea. Kaya lang si Einstein, binago po niya Binago niya talaga. That gravity is simply the curvature of space-time and the moon simply follows the curvature. Kaya umiikot yung buwan sa Earth. Ayan po, no? So the Earth creates a dimple in the space-time. The moon simply follows the curvature of space-time. Alright? Okay, so that's the general theory of relativity, that matter, mass tells space-time how to curve, and space-time curvature tells matter how to move. Alright, so there mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers. So that's the general theory of relativity ni Albert Einstein. Alright, so ayan po ang konsepto ng gravity ni Albert Einstein in his general theory of relativity, that gravity is simply the curvature of space-time and matter simply moves by following the curvature of space-time. Okay po. Ngayon, ang tanong, anong connection nito sa origin ng universe, di ba? So siguro yun din po yung nasa utak ninyo, no? So ano ba connection ng Einstein's general theory of relativity, especially the general theory of relativity, sa origin ng universe? Okay, so siguro bago po natin sagutin yan, siguro ang kailangan muna natin sagutin ay, kasi theory ito meron bang mga ebidensya na totoo ito, yung general theory of relativity, totoo nga ba yung curvature ng space-time? So, para matest yung curvature ng space-time, yung general theory of relativity, nagkaroon po ng solar eclipse noong 1919. No, there was a solar eclipse of the sun by the moon. Di ba alam po natin ang isang solar eclipse? A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the sun and the earth. No, the moon blocks the sun's light, casting a shadow upon the earth. So most of the sun's light is blocked on the earth. Okay, so nung nagkaroon ng solar eclipse, nagkaroon po sila ng opportunity to test kung talagang may curvature ng space-time. Alright, so ito po yung there was a star na ino-observe nila. No, alam nila yung location ng star. Pero yung nagkaroon ng solar eclipse noong 1919, nagbago yung position. No, nagbago yung position ng star. Ito ngayon yung nakita nila, medyo nagbago yung position ng star. The starlight was bent as it passes near the sun, which caused the star to appear displaced. So ito yung apparent location ng star. Now because of that solar eclipse, nakita nila yung star medyo na-displace yung kanyang location. No, kasi according to the explanation, na-bend yung starlight as it reaches the earth. No? So na-bend. Wala namang magnifying glass, so isa lang yung magbe-bend doon, no? Yung light followed the curvature of space-time near the sun. Yan. So yung solar eclipse na yan on May 29, 1919 changed the universe and proved that Einstein was right. Now that the space is bent by the sun's gravity, kaya yung location ng star na yan medyo nagbago, no? Na-displace yung position. So ito yung original na position, no? And because of that solar eclipse, yung starlight na bend near the sun. So here on Earth, iba na yung location ng star na yan. Okay? Because of that solar eclipse, no? On May 29, 1919. So that solar eclipse gave an opportunity para mapatunayan na tama pala si Einstein. No, Einstein was right that space is bent by the sun's gravity. Alright, so isn't that fascinating mga ka-sky watchers and mga ka-spacers?